You're right.
The topic is Peacemakers Against Violence, and we are talking to Mr. LGreenlee and Miss Mary Horn. And of course, Mr. Greenlee and Miss Horn, let me pick up where we left off the last time, Mr. Greenlee, by talking about some of the causes for some of the things that we're dealing with and some of the things that you think ought to be generated in terms of making people much more aware of what you and Ms. Horn are trying to accomplish.
Yes, sir. Let me say that we need to, first of all, redirect certain things that we are doing for the cause of saying, let's end the violence, let's stop the drugs. No matter what we do, until a person becomes peaceful within themselves, it's only a Band-Aid. It's not going to be fixed. So we have to redirect some of the things that we are doing in our own community. And what I want to encourage folks to do, let's arouse the emotions, let's lift some spirits, and let's start the imagination of our kids against violence.
Okay.
We got so much of this stuff going on with the rap and all that. They say it's a bad name, but I'm knowing they're only rapping about what's happening. So no matter what you're saying, we got to get down there with the kids where they are. But if we put this CD out, I'm putting a CD out called Let's End the Violence, okay? And I found out that if I get to arousing the kids' emotions and starting their imagination against this, then it may become something. But when you're always fighting them, pushing them, and demanding them, then they're going to resist. Because what they do every day, they love doing.
Okay. And so what you're saying is that there's some way that you got to try to come down to the level of the young people that you're trying to deal with in order to encourage them to come around to your point of view.
We have to take them just as they are. Jesus said the same thing. We have to get right there with them and then get them to come to us. We keep the men that they come in off the streets or wherever, and all of a sudden it's fixed. We have to work at this. We have to take time at this. And we have to really love those kids because crack came in at such a fast pace that it took all of the little fathering and mothering that we had in our community. It just killed it. We're not saying all parents, we're not saying all kids. We're saying that this thing has become a problem. These kids are killing at the age of 14 now. This has become a devastating, this is like a state of an emergency.
It is, it is.
Okay? If we don't start at this young age and develop something else, man, we are in trouble for the long run. Now, I'm pleading to everybody out there. I'm saying I got a CD. I'm saying you keep saying there's not this and there's not this. I'm saying they listen to rap music. I took a 19-year-old made the beats. I took a 19-year-old started rap, and I took two older guys, about 28 and 30. And I put all the information that I had into them to come up with these different songs. And one of the main songs that I want people to listen to is Drugs is a Neighborhood Killer.
Okay.
Violence is a neighborhood killer. Guns is a neighborhood killer. Silence, are you the neighborhood killer?
So silence can also be a neighborhood killer.
Yes. Sitting back in silence, waiting. We got to get involved.
I think, Ms. Horn, the last time we had an opportunity to talk to you, you were also encouraging people to become involved. Why don't you continue?
Well, I just want to encourage all the mothers to get involved by listening to the CD, and let's go back to the basic. Let's go back to the home where we sit down and talk to our kids. You know, a lot of kids out here have problems too, and they need someone to talk to, and I feel it starts at home. And I understand, I experienced this, and I feel that if they listen to these CDs, put the, sit the kids down, and let them listen to it, and raise the kids up. I believe this will help them in their life. So
now about this CD, is this CD available? Talk about that. I mean, how the production of it and the motives behind it.
Yeah, I think I got about 10,000 of my dollars. Because I didn't want nobody to say I raised this money, I done it. I said I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. And I've gotten to it, and I've gotten to the point now, I think I reviewed the last songs last night. I stayed to the studio at about 1 o'clock. Remember, I'm not a young kid anymore, but I have to stay there to oversee certain things. And this CD is very powerful. What I've done is I became the critic. I won't let anything come through this CD that I don't think that's really popular, because popularity has to be the kids. First, they listen to the beat, then they listen to the lyrics.
So they don't never listen to the lyrics first.
No.
They might not even know about the
It's
lyrics.
not going to work. So what I decided to do was put those hip beats. And let me say this again, this is a rap CD. Now, we can go further later on, but we have to deal with the kids. These kids are in the clubs, right, partying, and even at teen parties, getting exposed to all kind of stuff. So my thing is, at-risk communities, clubs, parties, I want this CD played. I want every single family in Davidson County, United States, to have this CD. If your kids are not ready to listen to it, then you become the kid. Put in your CD, let them start listening to it, and then let their imagination and their emotions start to arouse to something different. You keep saying about this 20s and the dope and the hoes and all this kind of stuff you want to say. Whatever you want to say about these raps. But now you got an opportunity to have something else different.
Now, how would a person, how would a person get such a CD?
Mary has all that information. We got a P.O. box, you got my cell number, we got a website. You can look at the website, punch in, it'll go straight to that.
And I also think we have a flyer, a placard that you brought with you that we can flash onto the screen here.
And whenever you see that, get involved. And then we got all kind of donation things going to be all over the town, and every time you get enough to buy a CD, I will give that CD away free. So anybody who wants to buy this CD in bulk, I got bulk prices for it, where I can go to all my events and give this thing away. It's a must that these kids get another eyesight and another sound of this tragedy.
So it's the information is important, that these young people understand the consequences of some of the things, and that's what the CD will bring out.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't see. Every time we talk to them, it's like we're pushing them. But let that music do it. You know, that music has a way of soothing the savage beast. And that's what and God just gave me that. I mean, I sit and I always wonder, but I came to that point with this CD, so that's the main thing.
And of course, we've got about almost half a minute before we end this segment for today here, Ms. Horn. Do you have anything to say in reference to that?
Yes, I just want to encourage everybody to say the pledge. When they see these flyers out here, when they see the poster, read the pledge on there. I would pledge not to steal, kill, rob, or destroy. You would pledge to protect and serve your community.
It's a positive kind of thing that people can buy into. Anybody can pledge not to do whatever, et cetera. And as long as they attempt to try to live up to those pledges, then you think that we'll have a better society and a better community. Is that what we're saying?
Amen. Absolutely.
Okay, and of course, we're getting ready for our second commercial break, Mr. Greenlee and Ms. Horn. And when we come back, we'll have about 10 minutes to talk about some of the other aspects of your organization dealing with this whole issue of youth violence, gun violence, and et cetera. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. The topic is